It's moving though. I moved yesterday, but it's the end of Yeoman Meadow and all this lovely surroundings, but the house is sold, so this is the final look round. I could have trimmed that bush, and there it is. Still got my car there. But this is the last day, so it's my final walk round before I say cheerio. The garage, I don't even think the garage was this smart when I moved in, frankly, but it's been cleared out. Paul next door's having the pallets, and yeah, that's the garage. Not a lot to say about a garage. I'm leaving the bins, funnily enough, and then it's the end of outside. I don't know. There we go. So the bird feeder's gone, which I'm very upset about for the birds. I've got a feeling that the next people will have to do something about that tree. But yes, the bird feeders have gone. This is probably the only time I've lived here when there's no squirrel in shot. And this is all, well, pretty much as it was. For Thomas and Emma, there isn't even, I even kept the dartboard, because much to my surprise, Vicky said I could take that to my next house, which we'll see if I ever get to use it. But, and there's the garden. I have to say, it's not a bad location, is it? Because, although the sun's in the way a bit, we're right next to all the trees. There's the conservatory. My little pond. A number of times I've had to empty that bleeding thing. And like I say, there are, in the long-term plan for Northampton, plans to build behind there, but I don't know whether they'll come quite as close as the edge. I think they'll build further down and up, but leave a corridor, because Northampton likes to leave a green corridor. And there's the outside. I had that TV area all put on. And that's the outside. You can peer through the window and do that thing on telly. Who lived in a house like this? But yes, Poppy used to like walking in there with different smells. And I've seen all sorts. I've seen deer, I've seen fox. And that's what we were, number one. So if we go in for one last time. I think it's the bosom. The littlest room. I must confess, that's my thumb that went in there. That was disappointing. Oh, I'm in the picture. For anybody watching this in posterity, I'm 58 in this film. 58 going on bloody 90. And there we are. The Hoover, for my final Hoover. I did the Hoovering yesterday, but I've got to do a little bit just around the edges. As I was sat here earlier, I realised I had nowhere to sit with my cup of coffee. But well, it made me think of some of the times that I had here with Emma and Thomas. Because there used to be a TV in that corner, and Thomas used to play games sat about there. on a gaming chair or a beanbag, depending on when it was. And when we first moved in, I don't know if young people will remember, we only had a plastic table and chairs there, and I only bought a proper wooden, dining table and chairs, I think, when my dad got wind of it and donated me some money towards it. And that table still exists. I'm leaving the conservatory furniture now. Between you and me, that was the previous people's conservatory furniture from 20 years ago. So, I think as the saying goes, it doesn't owe me anything. And that's outside. Always looks bigger when it's empty. I should be saying cheerio to my kitchen that I had put in earlier this year. Well done, Nathan. If anybody's looking for a kitchen fitter, NJL Carpentry of Northampton. Absolutely excellent. Little present for next door, because Paul and Lisa have been really nice, and it's a shame you can't pack up and take your neighbours with you, to be honest. Paul's the grandson of Harry, the old gentleman who I was neighbours with for most of these 20 years, but sadly he's passed on. And then up the stairs, and there's my empty main bedroom. Enormous credit to Vicky for driving the redecorating effort, because I think it did help to sell the house, without a shadow of a doubt, because it was a shambles before. We had new carpets, but without Vicky's drive, I may have taken the easy option. And well done, Grandad, because this was Grandad's decorating effort. Devilishly difficult paper, I seem to recall, which is partly why we haven't taken it off, because it's in good nick anyway. And I happen to know the people that are moving in, they have a little boy, and my speculation is that this could be the little boy's bedroom, but if he doesn't like Star Wars, or of course, he's got a little, only about 3 or 4, little sister, so perhaps she's a Star Wars fan, who knows. Got to be politically correct these days. I've forgotten where I've been now. Have I been in here? This was well, Emma's bedroom for years. I don't know how Emma got this, on the basis that you'd have thought children would have the 2 smaller bedrooms, and this would have been an extremely large office, but it was the other way round. And again, there's the view out the back, particularly over the woods. And again, whether it's because I've taken the bird feeder down, no sign of a squirrel. And then what was my office, after a coat of paint, bears no resemblance to it. But even though it's a little room, I was very happy in here, in my office, for all those years. Lots of bookcases. I think it was my dad that put shelves all the way along the top for books. I mean, all the way round at the top. And I had a couple of big bookcases, computer desk over there. Yeah. And then the only other room I might walk round is the bathroom, which again we had done earlier this year. So if you're looking for a bathroom fitter, Craig Finnis of Military Precision Plumbing, Northampton, did a good job for me. Nice floor. I had to select the floor, but I had a few things I had to select which came as a shock, because I wasn't aware that I had to make executive decisions without Vicky. And yeah, it's a small bathroom. I need to open this door. Considering it's a small bathroom, the P-shaped bath with the matched shower screen works quite well in there. And that's pretty much it. That's upstairs. So this has been Pete Seaman, age 58, going on 90, in Yeoman Meadow, 1 Yeoman Meadow, Northampton, N49YU, on the very last day, if all goes well, within the last couple of hours of owning the property, and then it's on to new things. And well, I've enjoyed living here, and the memories are almost exclusively very good ones, and particularly the ones with Emma and Thomas. It's nearly Christmas. It's December the 1st today. That's the other thing I was remembering this morning when I was sat down having a cup of coffee, was that we always used to have the Christmas tree in that corner, and there'd always be piles of presents when they were younger. Piles of presents. And I also remember, and it seems strange now in this modern world, the year when their main present was their first ever laptops. I don't know if they remember that, but A, they were, I think, quite surprised, and B, delighted, and then C, I didn't hear a peep out of them for weeks, and indeed for years since. And that's it. This has been emotional. 1 Yeoman Meadow. Thank you and good night.